So interesting on Basilisk. I reached out to them preemptively to this because I was looking at their comp and realized they have 2 undead summoners, meaning they can't use both undead summoners because no map will actually let you do that. So I reached out to them. They said it's chill, let it fly. Even though I gave them the option to remake it, no tournament fight. I mean, was it 19 characters? Now he's got 18 instead. I think you can work with that. It's better to have that one last versatile pick, but if it ends up making the change in the course of the tournament, they'll know it for next time.
Yeah, at least you gave him a chance, right?
Yep. Leonarth's team here, they were saying they were just picking units they liked, I believe. So we got the double Sam Knight, double Galdir, double Channeler, double Archer, double Bear, double Secutor, the Gunir with the Peltist, and throw one more Archer in there for... That's 5 ranged units. What do you think about 5 ranged units? Keep in mind he's got 4 beasts to hide behind.
They're either going to pick the other team apart, or it's going to go miserably, and that's the fun of it. We saw a tale of 2 Peltists a couple hours ago. That's what I'll call that, where one Peltist did a lot of work and the other got a little unfortunato and didn't do a lot of work. So it can. I worry a little about, someone getting in there and causing problems. The big thing for me is that, one, there's Galdirs on
yeah, so
Leonarth's
that's what I was gonna say. Is Leonarth's got 5 ranged characters, but Basilisk has 2 undead legionnaires, 2 undead summoners, but you can only use 1. So that's 3 undead. If Leonarth goes like all ranged, Basilisk just counters with all undead. But then the Galdir come in and just clean house.
Yeah, they do Galdir things.
They commit
disgusting Galdir things. Yeah. They inflict Galdir things, and trust me, I've been inflicted with Galdir things before. It's not fun.
So we just did a tech test where both teams picked Ace. They just had one Sam Knight in the pit, and they were just fighting each other. One of Leonarth's Sam Knights has so there's blind spot attack that most people are familiar with, but Ragnarok added a blind spot sweeping attack where it does 1 in front and then turns and hits all 3 in the back. Sam Knight to Sam Knight, it did 330 damage to face.
Oh.
So
that's a yikers.
Pray that your mediums are never standing in a straight line behind a Sam Knight. Yeah. The channelers in there get a little bit of healing going on. I'm sure that, like the double Galdir, the double Amazon, I'm sure that they don't have the same exact skill sets. I'm sure that they have split skill sets to give themselves a little bit of coverage in the event that you need it.
Yeah, I would say that's probably correct.
Leonarth has the single medium unit in the top row with the lone female legionnaire. Looking over at Basilisk's team, we've got Centurion, Bear, Cyclops, Minotaur, Sam Knight, Centurion, Yeti. So about 10 heavy units, and Leonarth has a single medium to get advantage taken of. So I don't know, looking at these teams...
What I'm really looking forward to? The Yeti. The Yeti gameplay. The only issue...
I think I remember looking and it was a magic up Yeti. So he's going to be frost-breathing people to death.
The only problem I see with Yeti is, especially if you're going with like summon more Yeti build, that heavies in this game tend to disintegrate upon a breeze because the damage is so optimized here that there might be a Yeti extinction. Like,
well, the thing is, Yetis can't wear armor of any kind, and I'm pretty sure the accessory that Basilisk put on his Yeti was magic attack up. So there's no physical damage reduction other than thick fat, which the Yeti has built in, which is like, I think it's 15% damage reduction. I believe if the Yeti ever gets collapsed on, he's just gonna fold like a wet paper towel.
Okay. So how does he get the frost breaths he's looking for off then?
The tricky part is the Frost Breath is good at AoEing down mediums or undead, and Leonarth has a single medium and no undeads. I would be surprised if the Yeti even shows up in a fight. I think
To be fair,
it's
the Yeti
just,
doesn't always have to show up. So
I think he puts that fur to use and warms the bench for the whole match.
that is fair. I think the Minotaur is looking pretty good for both sides.
Gotta have it. Free damage. Free real
Yep,
estate.
free damage is free real estate is free real estate.
And as we saw in the earlier match, the Minotaurs actually have decent I&I. So they actually do get a couple of turns off, and if they can get next to somebody, like one of these Galdir, the Arcane units don't have a weight class associated with them, so if they get matched up against a Heavy, that Heavy is not getting that decreased accuracy. They're just pummeling them in the face.
Yeah.
We saw that in the final match with Briggs and Rinny. Although it didn't end up working out, the Minotaur did end up getting on the Undead Summoner and the Channeler. It's just, it was too little too late at that point.
Yeah.
What-
It's the
what-
Meterless. I think lights have shown themselves to be super useful
The
in
backstabs.
Meterless. Backstabs and
Well, the thing
just
to know
the
is
fact.
the Minotaurs can't be surprise attacked due to having an 8-face enemy.
Yeah, which kind of leads me to believe they're one of the better classes that we have going here, because it does feel like it's not a medium's world right now. So maybe a combination of a Minotaur, some, a Minotaur, some things to protect the Minotaur, and, some buffers. I think the Satyr actually did pretty decent work in that first game.
30 seconds on the clock. Who do you have to win this one?
Looking at the teams, I kind of like Leo's team.
You like Leo's team more?
I kind of like Leo's team, not gonna lie.
I think that if Leos tries to lean into the ranged units too heavily and Basilllisk is able to get the undead down, it could swing Basilisk's favor, but overall I think I have a tendency to agree on that.
Yeah,
all right.
I love the gold
Throw it
here.
in. Oh, we are popping into the match. We are set. Let me give them the signal.
Just jump in and say signal.
We got a chat. We got the chat.
Oh, that's no fun.
And things are moving. Alrighty. We are underway. The contestants this time asked, because I forgot to put pictures of the maps to show the changes I did to some of the maps, they asked if they can take a look at the placement grid before they actually start placing units. So they might pick a Ursula, go to the placement grid, and then reset. Oh, or they might just jump straight into it.
Oh, because of the Archer incident, you're saying.
Yeah, where they didn't know that Stadium Dorias had the upper region, which is
Yeah,
my
we did
bad.
see.
That's on me. Second tournament, but it looks like they are aware that this map is just a smash face map. So it looks like they're just gonna.
I really do like the. Let's just get in a not too fancy area, just bash each other in the head, and see
First
which one of us
round,
come out
yeah.
on
They're
top.
kind of
First round, just
feeling it out. There's the Undead Legionnaire, just like I said. They, the early Amazon pickup from Basilllisk. Honestly, if I was Basilllisk here, I would have waited to take that Undead summoner
now
for last.
you're kind of. Yeah,
I mean, you're at the mercy of a Galdir here.
I was about to say, you're kind of begging for a Galdir to like teach you the meaning of pain.
And these Galdir are strong. You can see Leonarth ticking between the units because he's got them by name. He's got them sorted out with different skill sets. So we'll see what happens here. For those of you that are unfamiliar, Leonarth was one of the first people to make a mod for this game. He made the first recruit any unit mod for the PlayStation 2 emulator. how the times have changed now with how many mods we have laying around, but long-standing member of the community.
Basically, the guy who set the first flagstones.
Yeah, Jim B cracked the files open, and Leonarth took the reins, and
So massive props to Leonarth there, by the way.
the quilt shield on this. If you block with the quilt shield, it actually poisons the person that hit you. It's pretty nasty. I honestly like the other. What was it? I actually like the other shield better, where if you block with it, it'll actually confuse your opponent. That's the one that Basilisks Sam Knights have.
Minor
very undead heavy here. Did Leonarth did grab the Galdir.
This is risky. This is so risky to the Galdir just blowing up an undead or two. And here's the other thing. They're weak to heavy as well.
Yeah. And Leonarth has grabbed two heavies.
Leonarth has grabbed two heavies. So you have two heavies, which will just smash all of your undead. You have a wolf who... They're not bad against the bear. I'll never say they're bad, but it doesn't exactly have like the punching power that some of the other lights have.
Well, the wolves do have, they can inflict bleeds, and both these heavies right now probably have north of 700 HP, so a 10% health bleed would actually be quite potent.
I agree in some ways. In other ways, I think the
not saying it's the best option.
Yeah, the massive turn disparity and the fact that you could be even the mongrel was hitting for near 400. That's four turns of bleed in a hit.
Yeah, and I mean the Secutor so far have shown with sprinting attack, if you're locked eyes with somebody and that Secutor comes up behind you, you're getting smacked.
You're just dead. So I'm not anti-wolf per se, because I think the wolf's cleanse is incredible, even though it's not consistent.
Yeah, I might need to up the chance on that.
that just, I don't know if that was just a meterless lull or just like...
It is good getting meterless and meter data at both the level 10 and level 15 points this time. It'll actually help me balance in the next iteration of the tournament.
Because I do think we need a level 10 meterless, huh?
We need a level 5 meterless.
Oh, that's poggies.
Each fight takes 45 minutes.
Yeah, they're all just missing and sucking. Okay. The Cry of Command, a huge initiative bonus here. It's disgusting.
Hey, look, no meter this time. We did it right.
No. No need to go. No take backsies.
The sprint
and you
attack
already.
No?
I know you're already seeing the angles that are just coming out here. I think that was a bit of a commit on the move action, but it just. And this wolf's already
here. It's just got Shred Throat, Tear Throat, Lupus Call 2, and Snarl. No combos, no affinity.
This wolf's already not in a very happy position, and the bear's just gonna come in and just do so much. It's
the pull down is gross because it's basically guaranteed damage. The pull down hits at least 3 times before the AI can start working the meter.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's only gonna do so much damage. The bot would have to mess up here. It's getting blue hits, but that's 4. I mean, that's still 100 free damage, and she's knocked down.
And
that's the big part, is the knockdown.
The knockdowns on heavies is huge, and now we have the skeletons already in a somewhat uncomfortable position. The real question is,
too close to a heavy. That Sam Knight has impeding strike, which we found reaches very far. Is it gonna be the double scare attack to tell the bear to get out of here?
Just regular move. Oh, it is a scare attack. Hunger for life. Okay.
Just tells them to take a hike.
And
volley here is actually massive.
Venom arrows pretty decent too. You can just shoot the wolf, get the poison ticking. The flat damage does hurt less
in
level 15, but you're ruining. The wolf has less HP in general, and here comes the heavies coming to stomp in.
So the impeding strike we found gives you +1 extra movement, costs half a turn to cast, and takes away 33% of the enemy's initiative.
The slow turn, this might not be able to get out. This poor
Basilisk's summoner here. I was looking at the build. I questioned him about it. He said, I want to try it. He has a Holy Miter, which gives a revive effect, and he also has a chest plate of rebirth that also has a revive effect. I am fairly certain you do not get double revive effects, and Basilllisk said, let's run it. So
let's run it. Let's just try it.
Let's try it.
Okay. Standing up.
Immediate response
Finally,
is very good here. It gives an ally an immediate turn.
Kind of reading through, it's greater initiative. Reprimand, I don't think is worth
immediate
it.
response gives like an insta turn, but I think you have to get some damage off here. You either need to motivate, or you need to get some damage off.
I'm not seeing Impel here, and the other things, there's not enough.
They're all heals.
Yeah, there's just not enough effects to cleanse. Motivate's pretty good, but the problem is your light is out fucking with. Well, your light's out fucking with another light, like halfway across the map. So you're not in the matchup.
Honestly, I think summoning the skeleton right next to the Galder and Amazon could be a play, or summoning it behind the Secutor.
Because
any fizzles? Any fizzles?
No
fizzle.
No fizzle.
Now let's see if that guy ever gets a turn.
What was that damage looking like? Not that much.
Well, the undead melees have a damage reduction on spawn now, so that they don't get absolutely one-tapped as soon as they come through.
Okay. Uh-oh.
This is like 50% damage buff. Minus 60 HP on the poison.
That 60 on the poison is so disgusting. And look, the damage is, it's so bad. It's 29 to hit.
Yeah, Secutors are they're a nightmare to deal with, and that's going to be maybe a taunt. Yep, there goes the taunt. Accuracy down, defense down.
Oh god, and again, you need that wolf. You need that wolf to take care of the heavy, and it's out fucking with this Secutor.
He wants to get at this undead summoner. I actually think you charge to the bottom side of this undead legionnaire, and then use another charge to get on top of the summoner.
I think a little bit of. Okay. He's just gonna pop the legionnaire. That's not bad. That's not bad. No, it's decent damage.
I don't know if these legionnaires. I think you fear of death here. I don't know if these legionnaires have auto revive. I don't have their item list on me. Grave Laughter and Sinister Laughter are actually kind of disgusting. That's Petrify Fear for 3 turns. But that uses all of your SP.
Your SP is completely gone here. I think it's worth it on the heavy because you want to protect your. You should be protecting your guys here. Heavy Strike is completely not worth. Fear of Death
I think Fear of Death is the play, and he the Grave Rot crits because that only applies poison on crit effect. That is a lucky hit right there.
Okay. Attack's kind of turning back. Does the Confuse go off? It does not. Okay.
Do we see the volley? Holy crap. Oh, he's got effect range up. That makes volley go from a 3x3 to a 5x5.
Oh boy.
10, 10, 10, 82.
But the thing is, when you add it all up, it's 112. That's extremely decent damage on a group that's basically countering you. 2 Fear Death. So we have 2 CCs here.
This is quickly turning in Basilllisk's favor.
Oh, the counterattack is disgusting.
I was about to say this is quickly turning in Basilllisk's favor, but
that's a yikers.
That was a big yikers moment right there. He's hunting this undead summoner. Sprinting attack.
Oh,
cross-mapping him.
And it's getting ugly again.
I don't think so.
17.
I think that Secutor being right there is actually not a great idea. Like, the Galdir needs to get closer because it needs to get in the middle of the enemy team and start screaming.
It really does.
Because right now, I mean, it's already put the buffs out. If you start walking it over to the enemy team, like, you can actually start doing something.
Oh my god.
I think this Secutor put herself in the bad position because those undead legionnaires are just gonna hike over and smack them up.
Yeah, and they're both fear of death.
So
The undead. Oh, uh-oh.
whoa, 305.
Holy shit.
The skeleton 3 gets a damage buff on the first turn that they take after being summoned.
Yeah, that's their unique thing, isn't it?
That's their unique. Is this the teleport away to cuck out the Secutor?
I think you just splintering bones, right? Splintering bones and right back into the Legionnaires to get them messed up.
Yeah, I think if you splintering bones back one tile and then that Legionnaire gets a scare attack in its back, it could be pretty devastating.
Yeah.
But actually, the splintering bones won't affect because this undead summoner actually has fire affinity. The spell will be absorbed by this one's fire affinity, if it even hit. But it would be absorbed and the effect wouldn't go through because you have to actually deal damage in order to get the effect to proc.
Is a little ugly too.
Actually, down's not that bad for the skeleton because he's using spells and spells can't miss.
Scare attack does
spells can't miss. Never mind, my bad. Affinity spells can't miss. Regular spells can't miss.
Oh, look at the I here.
If Leonarth can get catty corner with that bear, be diagonal from that bear, and get right in the middle, get 3 SP, and just scream, I think it just kills both Legionnaires.
Yeah, but they're not moving right now.
He's digging.
And he's digging for something he doesn't need right now. Like, you're not in the worst spot ever. Just walk in and blow up these Legionnaires. That's what you have the Galdier here for, right? Oh my god, the air affinity attack does fuck all. It's disgusting. Boy.
I was responding to a message. 76. That's not great.
That's not good. We're at not good.
Right here. If you catty corner walk your Galdier right here, I think she gets a scream 3 off on her next turn and just annihilates.
No.
He wants to get his bear out of being feared because that bear is actually quite potent. Unfortunate. I'm pretty sure you lose your Secutor here.
Yeah, and losing the Secutor might just be the game. I really think the Galdier was the linchpin.
So right here, if he uses scare attack, that backs the Secutor up to the wolf, and that's really bad for Leonarth. But if for some reason Basilllisk decides not to kill the Secutor here, and the Secutor gets a surprise attack on that Centurion, it will one-shot that Centurion.
Yeah.
Because surprise attack makes so they don't face.
There goes the scare attack. Yep. Not dead yet.
Yeah.
But what does it do now?
Is there a surprise attack? But it's not great.
Not looking
he wants the surprise attack hit that oh, she has a ranged affinity attack on a melee character. That spear attack uses piercing, so it's quite weak against the
getting a Legionnaire out.
Nope, leaves it with 1 HP.
Yikes. That's ugly.
Is this where the reprimand comes, or the rally comes in and heals all of Basilisk's team for 25% HP?
It might be, but they're how low are they? Why not just start? You can just start plinking away and murdering their units. Ooh, miss, shield miss, counter attack.
What the heck was that yell? I love the helmet on that Secutor, by the way. I like the way it looks.
It is cool. The bear's going. It's getting its first kill here.
Potentially.
The question is,
unless he tries to damage spread.
Maybe.
Heal for, I think that's a 50% heal.
Okay.
I think you have to kill that Legionnaire.
You have to kill the Legionnaire here, right?
Oh, Volley also. Volley might not kill the Legionnaire. It'd get close though. But this is counted as a backstrike. If he uses Volley, it would actually count as a backstrike.
Just going for the easy kill.
Revive.
Legionnaire's back for round 2.
Those two were in a call together. I know what happened was Leonarth probably just went, ah!
That is unfortunato. And we've now gassed up a Galdier who has not done a single point of damage to these Legionnaires, and they're taking over.
Yeah.
And it's getting a little tragic at this point. The Lupus call comes out. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Another fail. Getting a little awkward.
I thought we were
About
about to get
strike,
a.
strike wasn't guaranteed. Strike was not guaranteed. That could have gotten very ugly for Basilllisk there.
I think Basilisk has him on the ropes. It's funny, we were talking in the pre-lobby, and Leonarth said he's got no summoning units because he's not quite sure on their power. I think what we're seeing here is that there have been a couple of bug fixes to some of them, and they don't take 3 turns to get their first turn anymore.
Yeah, the bug fixes, and I'm really just feel a little bad. I hate to keep harping on it, but what has this Galdir really done?
I mean, the buffs are good. Like Wrath of Alvarez, that's a 50% damage buff, but then your bear gets feared and the archer can't deal damage to the undead.
They both got feared. It's not just the bear. They both got feared, so they just sat there and wasted the damage buff.
Metal is pretty good. I think that's like a 30%. I can actually check. Skill.
I'm 100% for the Cry of Command there. I think the Cry of Command's great. And then at that point, you need to be walking the Galdir in to do stuff.
No, it's called Song Metal.
You're just not metal enough for it?
Oh, I don't know exactly what it's called, I guess. You have my bot, you have to be extremely explicit with the names of things. Raging Bear, holy cow.
Raging Bear is
That's a
huge.
150 damage return.
And that thing's just gonna strike and get its ass kicked again.
That hibernation, that was a ton. He got a ton of health back.
Huge amount of health back. This bear gets its first kill.
I honestly think you just affinity attack 1 here and kill it.
Charge instead. That's the issue. Now he's poisoned. Yikes. Fortunately, the poison's not as good on the bear because the bear has a ton of HP.
Yeah, it's flat damage.
It's flat damage.
More potent, but oh, the undead
flat
summon
damage.
has disappeared. Got a chance to summon another
Okay.
one.
Yep. This bear is kind of the bear against world right now. You need to get your use out of this bow and start, plinking away at the heavy and let the bear do the work.
Wolf's no longer poisoned. It lost a lot of health from that poison, though. Also,
Yeah,
I like
the
that there's
poison's
no crates or other things in here, but there's a little bit of shrubbery that kind of blocks some movement. It's kind of funny.
It is. Yeah. It must be poison ivy. They don't want to step through it.
Here comes the roam.
Here comes the roam.
Is this the confuse?
But that just
Does
invites. Does it invite another counterattack though?
Double counterattack. He's got a counterattack accessory and he has Raging Bear.
And he's got snapped. Just snapped back.
Oh, he wants the Cry of Awakening. Or do you just leave the bear as it is and just let it keep counterattacking like
Just
crazy?
let the bear cook, and you need to start getting damage.
Generating affinity.
You need to start generating affinity and getting damage out of your stuff. It cannot keep going like this.
Leonarth has to pass there so that the Galdir can get some SP back.
Yep, you need to.
It's so close. That Undead Legionnaire, he can taste it. He's got the scream on his lips.
Oh, and the bear walks out of the way. This is huge because now the archer is extremely vulnerable.
Well, if that Legionnaire moves up 1 tile, it's going to get screamed at. And as we know, Galdir screams are quite potent. Oh, the I and I debuff.
Oh, that's not a bad play. That is not a bad play. Skill effect does have to work.
That's a retreat too. That makes the Galdir can't scream.
It ruins the bear's movement too. It ruined the bear's move order.
Ooh. Oh, it's not as much as we thought. But
Yikes.
that does generate affinity. That's actually huge damage, though.
Look at that damage. That damage is massive. Imagine if you had gotten that off on all 3 Legionnaires. That's a well over 600 with 1 shriek.
Galdir's still full
And now
HP,
the Galdir's. Yeah.
Ooh, she's gonna poison out
She's
on her
gonna
next
die
turn.
to poison soon. She's
Unless they can
poisoning
kill
out
this
soon.
Amazon, or she can reprimand herself and cleanse. Actually, I don't remember if you can. Oh, you can. It's all allies in range. Either that or he's going to give an immediate turn. I honestly...
Rally...
Yeah, I think that Rally could be a good play here. That heals
Rally's
everybody
fine.
in range for 25% if it hits.
Skill effect still has to work. We've had multiple skill effects fail here.
That is
Okay,
nasty.
the bear's in. The bear's in. Charge hit. 117. She's back in dangerous territory. Probably has 2 poison ticks left.
No,
And
she might only have
Amazon
one. If it does 60, it's kind of hard to tell how much health they have because their pools are getting large.
Here
but
comes the scare attack. Grave
Grave
Rot,
Rot up
another
again.
Grave Rot effect. That is
that means
huge.
it crit, I'm pretty sure.
If it does off crit, it's crit twice, which is kind of crazy.
It's hard to tell how often crits happen. In the future, I'm gonna be able to hook up Cheat Engine to the game so I can like passively pull the information, get all these stats for us, but for now we just kind of have to guesstimate. I think you I think you just do that and then the poison kills
you
it.
gotta take that. You gotta take that thing out.
Or you
gotta
volley and hit multiple people. I think if you volley like right in front of the Amazon, you'll hit all 3 of them, and the poison will cause the Centurion to bleed out.
Centurion bleeds out if you do an arrow
though.
attack here. Yeah, this is it's guaranteed. You need that Centurion gone. You need it gone 100%. You cannot allow it to
60
keep
would
healing
not
people.
have 60 would not have let it die.
Okay,
It doesn't do that much
Sure,
damage to the
Walden.
wolves. It's a lot more damage to the other units.
Yeah.
Now
that's a
there is always the back pocket play with the Galdir. If everything is looking dicey, the Galdir can sacrifice herself to heal all allies for 60% of their health, no matter how much health the Galdir has left. So if the Galdir gets down to like 1 HP, she can cry of sacrifice, sack, and call it
That's a
back.
dead. That's a kill. That's a poison kill. Venom arrows. Does it hit? This is actually kind of
I
important.
like the arrow coming from the wrong
downtown.
direction.
That's gonna give a ton of
Dude,
affinity.
this Galdir is tanky. It must have full Del. Like, this thing is tanky.
Lupus Call. I don't think Lupus Call is worth at all. You just need to get your damage. You
Is
need
this
to
the
get your
double
licks in.
reverse back throw?
It's feeling kind of weird. It's getting kind of closer than I first at the beginning. I thought it was Leo's. Now it's I don't. Okay, the retreat does allow for a strike, but this Amazon's just not taking a lot, personally, and that poison's gonna kill before the Amazon dies. The Bear's confusion is limited. Skelly 3 is a problem for sure, though.
I think honestly, if you, because his undead summoner still has a revive, I think if you drop the Skelly 3 behind the Amazon, it just screws Leonarth over so bad.
Does the Legionnaire have another revive? Is that the Legionnaire that's revived, or is it the one that hasn't? That's the big question. Is the wolf dead?
Wait,
Wolf
what?
is dead.
I thought the
Wolf-
water affinity attack was AoE in this. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Wolf is dead if she wants to water affinity the wolf.
He desperately
But
wants to
the-
water affinity the undead legionnaire because they'll deal a crazy amount of damage. I mean, the wolf might just poison out.
The wolf
Yeah.
might poison out.
It just poisons out.
Yep, it poisoned
now you
out.
get it.
Okay, water affinity incoming.
He wants to cry of awakening the bear, but he can't. Not in range.
You can't. Is the bear gonna even live?
Yikes.
Yeah,
This is just equaled
yikes.
up again because that undead summoner has a revive mechanic still, and I think the legionnaire might as well. Line of sight
Yeah.
here. He could get a good spell off. Oh, he's going for the strike.
Okay. I can see it. You just need to play it slow here. Keep your units separated enough that the Galdir cannot get the AoE shrieks it's looking for. Pick them off one at a time. You're an undead summoner versus a Galdir. You have a great opportunity to just box the Galdir in, kill her. The Amazon's now basically completely worthless. It's not doing anything. Just murder the Amazon, move on. Yeah.
No grave rot there. The grave rot would have actually been massive. We need to look at the. I need to look at the Galdir's water affinity attacks. I think something's off with that.
Should be hitting.
It should either have move to attack or it should be AoE.
Hmm.
Let's see. It can't miss affinity, spell, weapon. It says it has move to attack. It must only be like one tile. Oh yeah, it's only one tile. And it also has a skill range of 2 diamond.
Metal, it's way too late.
That's damage reduction. We'll see. I don't know. I think at this point the Amazon just can't do anything against these.
That's the problem. It's
if she has
kind of
strike,
feels.
if she has strike, she can punch them, and that's about all Leo can do at this point. I think it's just too little, too late. There wasn't enough. I mean, honestly, outpicked by the undead, the Legion of the Undead. You can't stand still though, because if you stand still, or if you're within one tile, you can get Fear of Death.
I don't. Was it an outpick or was it?
I mean, it's kind of an outpick because it shuts the Amazon out completely. There's only 2 people on the map that the Amazon could deal damage to, because all the rest are undead. You have 3 undead and 2 regulars.
Or was it just a Was it a misprioritization from
the
Leo's of the Galdir?
The Galdir probably needed to
do way more work. I think the pick's fine if I think if the Galdir gets in and does the damage she's supposed to, it's not like a guaranteed win, but it's fine. But now it just looks really ugly because the Galdir just didn't do enough.
I think Leonarth's going to be real sad when this Undead Legionnaire revives again. And if he ends up killing the Undead Legionnaire, if he comes over to this Undead Summoner and then it revives again. I think he'll just be sad down there in that voice channel.
Yeah.
Oh, my chords are all red.
And this is where the Summoner really does hit different. You're in a grindy game. You're just summoning bodies to fill the field and be obnoxious. And at this point, they don't have one. You do, so you can play it slow. And it's really, really good at ending games.
I think that's what we're seeing so far is Undead
one
Summoner.
Of the best.
If you can rush it, it's bad. If they get time to set up, it's unstoppable.
It's also
she's
if you're
feared
winning,
and poisoned.
Yeah, it's more of an if you're winning, the Summoner almost guarantees you're going to get a win. But if you put yourself in an ugly position, he's not going to win the game for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he can't pull a win out of his pocket, but if you're in an advantageous position, it's just snowballing.
Yes, and Basilllisk, I don't agree with the wolf play per se, but the Legionnaire play out of Basilllisk was very, very well done. And
I mean, the bear pick out of Leo was actually quite strong, but
the bear did a ton of work.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't have the support that it needed because the Galdir couldn't get into position.
Yep, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And it feels, kind of like kicking a man while he's down to say it, but Gladius can be a game of inches.
Do we get a big screen? Holy crap.
Look at that. Look at that. If you do that early in the game, I
don't think I've ever heard that soundbite before.
The game's completely different if the Galdir does that like 5 turns ago. It's too late now.
You have to wait a moment for the death animation to go off before you can actually summon another summon. There it goes. Yeah, if she got up in their face with the 2 Legionnaires and the Centurion and got that scream off during the fight, it might have been a little different. It's kind of hard to tell. It's hard to check the potency of buffs because they don't deal damage. You can't quantify how good the buff was.
But we can... But here's the thing.
Water 3? Oh, she can't get in range.
The buffs didn't do anything. The targets of the buff got stunned. And that's something you need to remember when you're playing against Undead Legionnaires. They're stun spammers. You need something like a Centurion... Not Centurion. You need something to run around and cleanse. You need a cleanser. And I think that's another one of the more underrated roles in Gladius. We've seen a lot of summoners, seers, great damage dealers. You need someone to cleanse this shit. Okay.
Oh, Confusion Cleanse. Can the Amazon chew through 2 of this undead summoner's health
game's
bars?
Over. No. It's gonna get a Legion spawned on it and killed.
Yikes, that's big damage.
Yikes. Here comes the fear. Yep. That's ugly. It's getting really ugly. Dismissed from life. Yeah, close game, close game. Tiny optimizations, both of them can make. Um, Tiny changes you can make to get a win on either side. And that's the beauty of Gladius. Even for people who, these are guys who, they're obviously experienced in the game, but not experienced in PvP for sure.
Yeah.
And even for people who are pretty new at Gladius, it can still be a game of inches. It can still be a game
it's
of
only
inches.
it's only been about a year and a half maybe that we started using golf mode, and the only PvP we've done so far is the tournament. And there was a couple people who were playing co-op together. So
yeah,
we used to use Parsec, which introduced a lot of latency, but
oh, don't worry, I know
they're gonna
all about
launch.
Parsec.
I told them they are allowed to launch straight into the next game. So
they're going?
yeah, we're trying to
Nice.
not have this run all the way until midnight.
I mean, you're not in for a midnight gaming session, huh?
It won't be midnight for me, and one of us has
I know, I
to go
get to
somewhere
suffer.
for work tomorrow.
Oh,
I get to roll out of bed, put a shirt on, and
fortunately
drag
for
my
all
ass
you
15 feet.
non-Americans, it's voting day tomorrow, and I'm a teacher, so I still have professional development, but I do get the fortunate task of it's only 3 hours of work for me tomorrow. We see a Secutor
and a Channeler. The Channeler is a good counter to the Undead Summoner.
Yeah.
Do we see the Undead Summoner run it back? Is he running it back? He's trying to decide between the Imperial and the Expanse version. He chooses the Imperial version. Will that matter? Now this Channeler has auto revive. The one with the big hat. She also has auto revive.
I call them the Pope hat, but that's probably offensive to at least one person.
Balance wise, we might need to. There might need to be a unit that can resist affinity, because we have all the undead that are weak to affinity. We might need to make a unit that resists affinity, so that way someone affinity stacks and can still be chopped down. Do we see the return of the Amazon?
I don't know if you pick Amazon early ever against a person who can cleanly.
You don't have an undead summoner in your team. You're not faking anyone out with that last slot. I think you hold the last slot for either an Amazon or an archer, because if they're gonna go male units, or if they're gonna go units that are susceptible to poison, you stack the Amazon. But if they are going units like bears that have massive health pools, you go archer instead, because archers do buku damage. It's insane.
Yeah, they're insane.
The return of the Skelly Bellies.
There's already 2 Skelly Bellies. At this point, don't go Amazon. Don't go Amazon. Go something else. If you want to go range character, go
Leo said, I've had enough. I'm clapping cheeks, and he's bringing in the Minotaur.
As we've seen, the Minotaur has been super effective, and it's going to be even more effective. You don't see... I'm gonna keep my mouth shut for about 5 seconds until this pick is made.
I think, honestly, you need a light unit here. I think a Secutor would go crazy.
That's what I say. If you don't see a light unit, if you do not see a light unit, I mean, the Minotaur is going to just, run roughshod. It's so disgusting. The Minotaur is so dangerous.
This map is wide. It can give the Undead Summoner a lot of space to teleport and lead someone around. I honestly think instead of Amazon here, he should have gone Archer. The Archer can take out one of those bears, or it can take out the bear or the Channeler, like, no problem. I honestly think instead of Amazon here, you go Archer, and you use Focus, and you use Long Shot Forward, and you just pelt someone from across the map. Because I'm pretty sure Leonarth's Archer has the Black Bow, which gives you range up, and also has a Master's Belt, which gives you super range. So he would have had 7 extra tiles of range and just shot someone from across the map. I don't know why, if you're picking a map this big, you don't go someone with a lot of range.
I just don't understand the Amazon in general.
It's good against lights.
When you're seeing this heavy undead focus from the opponent. I understand picking an Amazon.
Yeah, the Amazon, in my opinion, is only good against men and lights. There are 2 male units on this team, the Bear and the Cyclops. The Amazon will be good against them. But unless Basilllisk chooses some light units, I honestly don't see the need for the Amazon.
But the Archer's just as fine against them, if not more. And it's not as much of a liability in that last fight, the dog's just dead, you know, against the archer, and you just move
Yeah,
about
the
your
archer would
business.
just one-tap him. But the archer can
The
only
archer-
one-tap so many people before it runs out of SP. The Amazon's poison only costs like 1 or 2 SP.
Which I understand.
If someone picks up 2 light units, an Amazon just clears it. If someone's taking mediums and heavies, I think it's archer all day, especially on a map
It's
this
archer all
big.
day.
This map is huge. Like, you see
Yeah,
the space
it is.
between the left section and the right section is like 15 to 20 tiles. An archer can
I
shoot
would've-
across that.
I honestly would have liked to see double Galtier in that last game, but
Double Galdier. What would you have swapped out in addition?
Amazon.
Like, you swap out the Amazon and just going double Galdier? Like, had one play
Yes.
forward for damage and the other one play back for utility?
And here's my reasoning. You have a light, the Secutor beats the dog most of the time, especially that dog in particular. And
Yeah, that was
if
a
you have
utility
double
wolf that
Galtier,
was not near its team at all. I think that wolf should have
Not-
just nestled in between the Legionnaires and just sat there.
it sat there. The Galdiers would have been completely free to run in and start screaming. And you could have made good use out of both of them. And here's the thing. The Galdier's shriek is fine against everything. It's great against undead, but against humans it doesn't just fall off and lose, right?
Ooh, that damage reduction. This Minotaur is not
Is-
built for damage. Well, maybe
Yeah,
it is,
he's a
but it's
confuser.
built for crits.
He's a confuser. He's a confuser.
Oh, it pops.
Oh,
he
get
gives me a
confused.
confusion.
Now, here's the
Is
thing.
Leonard's whole
That
team gonna
skeleton,
go before that team?
that skeleton could kill itself. There is a non-zero chance the
No,
skeleton kills
you
itself.
can't use Shatter Self unless you're in the red zone.
Okay.
You have to be critical health.
Okay. Have to be critical. That's important to remember. A pass. Doesn't the bear just walk up and start beating shit up at this point?
Well, if your bear runs that far up, ooh, there's a terrain advantage right there because the map is sloped
Ooh.
slightly. If your bear runs up right here,
Ooh.
though, that Sam Knight
Yeah,
is
that's
just
just
gonna pull
begging-
it apart.
I was about to say, it was begging for the Sam Knight to just murder it, isn't it? Yikes.
Unfortunately for
Cool, man.
Leonarth, his channeler has not unfortunately, he built it specifically. His channeler doesn't have the revive helmet on. She is wearing the magic up helmet, so it's built for damage. But you have an enemy so close to you.
Yeah.
Is this where
It
is
might
this where
have
the
been-
Cyclops uses Glower and just
Just does obnoxiousness.
Interestingly, Basilisk's Cyclops has Hypnosis, which does charm a unit for like 3 turns. And you get control of the unit when it's charmed.
Oh.
So this could very quickly turn into a 4v6.
Abort.
Pressing a lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons being pressed here. Do not just move to attack that thing. Please,
get-
God, no.
We're getting our
Have
APM up.
mercy. Have mercy. Okay, I'll even take a knockback.
It does require 2 affinity orbs. And, oh, that's a blind. Oh, it's immune. It does require 2 affinity orbs in order to use your hypnosis. See, this is the problem with the Amazon, is they are actually very short range. She has to move
Yeah.
for 2 to 3 turns before she can do anything.
Yep, and they're gonna get
Okay.
met by the Legionnaires. And
The confused Legionnaire
Secutor,
running in screaming at the Secutor.
and the Secutor wants nothing to do with this Legionnaire. It just confused, ran off to the perfect spot.
That's 40. This is going to be 2 affinity orbs right here just for free. That's boost affinity.
Yeah, that's
I
disgusting.
honestly think you cast that on the Cyclops and have it use Hypnosis next turn. An early Hypnosis, when everyone's full HP, you get your unit to clap down another unit.
Yeah. Especially, imagine if the Minotaur gets hypnotized.
I mean, at this
That's
point,
a
I think
Yikers.
that Sam Knight deals more damage. She has Blind Spot Sweep. We saw it during our tech test earlier. She got Blind Spot Sweep. And we saw it do 300 and something damage to another heavy unit.
Another boost affinity off. We have 2 boosters.
Are they
Okay.
boosted? Here comes the Blind Spot
They're-
Sweep, maybe? Or is it the Impending Strike? It's going to be the Impending Strike. Right at the Undead. He said, no way, I'm not having this happen again.
Not
That's a
again.
33%
Never
I&I
again.
reduction.
That's a huge slow turn. And, oh my god, and the Channeler's going again.
I think you use, honestly, I think here you use Sleet on the Cyclops. I think it's going to be too much of a problem.
I would be down for Sleet. Oh, by the way, the Channeler does have CC cleared here. Sleeting the bear isn't the worst thing ever. I'm not
It's
completely
still
against
power
it.
attacked.
But the bear is gonna kick your ass still.
He
This
may be
surprise
frozen,
attack
but he
does-
bites you anyway.
Yeah.
Secutor's coming in for a backstab.
Yeah, and now you have an undead legionnaire walking right to the Amazon. And what is your Amazon doing here? She's going to get completely blocked out by this.
Do we see a remedy here to cleanse off this bear? Or do we just see damage?
I'd like to see some damage. You have a... you're about to be in an ugly position. Or maybe you just need to get that...
I didn't realize Channeler's teleport is free. It costs nothing. Just use it. That's a pass play. Pass makes your next turn come around like 50 to 75% faster, so he's probably setting up for a prep play. I honestly think you Skelly 3 on the same tile that Secutor is about to move on.
That's fair.
That way it can't get a bunch of free moves. I know you need to get the Samnite off, but if that Secutor gets behind that bear is gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, and the Minotaur's coming back for round 2.
Here comes the double confusion. Triple confusion.
Oh god, this maze is gonna be disgusting.
I like how all the Minotaurs have back off.
Oh, and all 3 of them are confused.
Back off is a move where if somebody walks into a tile that's next to yours, the Minotaur will do an empowered auto at them. For free.
Oh, and affinity being stolen.
The bear has a little bit of affinity. No counterattack. He's not close enough to use the volley. Hopefully that Legionnaire doesn't get a turn and just immediately use fear of death. Nope, it does a failed combo attack too. Bear no longer frozen. Channeler's kind of stuck here.
It's confused. The bear is confused.
It might just. Oh, he's gonna use Affinity Attack 4.
Oh.
We did not see this in the last tournament because it was level 10.
Uh-oh.
Big Daddy Dragon become...
Look at those crisp graphics.
Those crisp 2013 level graphics in our 2000.
I know. Game. Are you not entertained?
That is a high damage spread. And the Raging Bear.
The bear's gonna
my frames! My FPS! It's at 30!
Uh-oh. Oh my god, the Cyclops is just walking into block, but the blocking Cyclops is gonna get his ass kicked. Oh, and there's no affinity left to steal.
It's all been sapped. Oh, he's digging. He's digging.
He's digging. Well, the bear's got some.
Keep in mind, this is something a lot of people don't know. If you steal affinity on a unit that has defensive affinity charge, you will also gain affinity.
Ooh, that's not bad.
So if you actually use it on the bear there, the bear has a lot of defensive affinity. You actually get almost all of that back.
No, you gotta go surprise attack the bear or the... Yeah. Go hit the Cyclops.
Yeah. The chat says best part of Fire 4 is the slideshow afterwards. Like, yeah, that was pretty wild.
You know that reminds me of the good old Divinity 2 slideshow move. You blow up all the oil.
Crashed Caleb's and I game the first. Oh, this is a blind. Ooh, the bear decides it's gonna combo 3 and fail it, but hits the channeler anyway. There's the fear of death. Dude, 340. That's 50 health returned. Holy crap. Are we about to see? Oh, here's the teleport out, I think. I think you have to use the teleport.
Dude, you gotta teleport out.
Where do you go? I don't know, but it can't be here.
That's not a bad spot.
Wait, this undead is poisoned. I thought they were immune to poison. I know they're immune to bleed. I guess they're not immune to poison. I digress. If you can kill that off. If you can kill that undead legionnaire, it'll break the fear.
But why not? Oh, no confuse.
Oh, the AI still took the turn even though the confusion wore off. There's a little bit of a glitch where when your turn wears off at the same time the confusion wears off, the AI will just take its turn.
Cyclops gets the blind off.
Leonarth's hunting for another affinity attack 4.
Yep. Not the worst move.
There's the trip, maybe? He wants that surprise attack so bad, but he can't find it. There's no one around to help.
Can't find it. Beautiful trip. Trip is good here. Trip is really good.
Oh, going on a journey.
Oh, and the worst thing that can happen to your channeler, an obnoxious move.
And blinded.
And
Everyone's blind.
it is getting so tragic here.
This Amazon hasn't been able to do anything yet.
That's the fucking crazy part. The Amazon isn't doing shit, and it's still looking really good for Leo.
He wants to get in range and use all 5 of his SP to charm one of the male units. It would have to be either the Cyclops or the bear.
Okay, both skeletons have been poisoned. I believe you buy the poison. You buy the poison immunity. You buy it. Which is why these skeletons are getting poisoned. People are getting a little cheap.
I don't know if they have poison immunity. I think Fleshless Target gives bleed immunity. I don't think they've got poison immunity in their kits.
First revive taken away, by the way. That's important to remember.
It eats the turn again. He's getting screwed over by these confusion procs coming off. Holy cow.
Yeah, they're
this
so
undead
brutal.
summoner still has a revive.
Okay, good pass.
Might be goodbye.
Dead?
Nope, not quite.
Still alive, just barely. And now the counter attack comes in. He's gonna get his ass kicked a little.
That is the summoned unit, by the way. I don't think
Okay,
you
here comes the
rampage here.
rampage.
I think you use Affinity 1 to break it. Oh, maybe you do rampage. Confused on the ground.
Oh, that's not good.
I think you go for this channeler here. I think she's too much of a threat. Yeah, too much of a threat.
Channeler dead?
I don't know why the game decided just gonna zoom in right there, but it did.
Oh, she walks away.
This dude's on the ground, but it's still not. I don't think it's enough. You're not technically back attacking them. Oh, he's looking to see if he can get the running attack on the side to essentially get a back attack. Bleeding.
Oh, it's bleeding too. That's not good.
Leonarth desperately wants another fire affinity attack 4 here, but he's not going to find it.
Yeah, you're either teleporting out or you're getting as much damage as you possibly can before you die.
Ooh,
oh my gosh, blind spot sweep.
The blind spot sweep. Boom.
It's
and
destruction everywhere. There's the revive. The bear is going to kill this. That was
still a lot of damage. It didn't look as impactful as it was, but that was a grand total of almost 700 or 600 damage that Sam Knight just did before she got killed.
Yeah, that's disgusting. The problem is that this is literally a 3v4 at the moment. The Amazon has literally done nothing.
Do you think Basilllisk has fire or affinity attack 4 in his channeler's kit? Do you think
no.
He hasn't swapped over to his affinities for me to see what he's got in there. But if he's got affinity 4, I think this fight might just be over.
Yeah, probably. I think you're right.
Basilllisk wants that Cyclops out of there. He says no thank you. He's digging, he's not finding anything. He doesn't have the I-beam attacks. No hypnosis because he's just short on affinity. That Cyclops has Blindman's Eye, which gives it plus 99 accuracy. He's hitting this light unit at almost 100% effect.
Heavy Strike is good.
28 revive. Or 28 pulled back for health. Keep in mind, Basilisk Channeler still has a revive effect.
And Leo's is dying here.
Nope, has a revive in the back pocket.
Is a revive in the back pocket.
That summoner just pulled the sickest move of 2024 to stand up.
Yeah, straight up parkours up. Doesn't matter. It looks like the Minotaur's gonna just murder it.
He wants to steal affinity so bad, but he keeps having to use boost affinity. He needs to use one turn to teleport out and then steal somebody's affinity and just go ham. Digging for damage. He's thinking about the skewer into the affinity attack. Gets it. Maybe a stun. Stunned. That's a dead summoner next turn.
That's a dead summoner, and that means the undead melee leaves too. Do you remove the shield?
The undead melee is about to time out anyway. There's the Santos.
Santos.
The blind doesn't matter because the Cyclops has Blindman's Eye, but it does matter that he's got the slow turn.
Slow turn's huge. Heavy. We found heavies with slow turns.
No affinity 4.
No affinity 4. That's what I thought. It didn't look like it from the play patterns.
I think Leonarth is stabilizing here. The Channeler still has a revive. The Undead Summoner has already used his revive. I don't think he gets 2 revives. That's a heal. I think that's a 40% heal. It's either 40 or 60% heal.
I thought it was 33.
No, that's the base invigorate.
Okay. The charm needs to happen like right now.
For anyone watching who hasn't dug around in the Discord for a little bit, Eustace now has his own Discord channel where you can ask him stuff. It's the Ask Eustace channel. You can ask him what skills look like on the back end if you wanna take a peek for yourself.
Oh wow. She's invigorating as well.
Okay, someone has just confirmed Invigorate is 33% on the tournament patch.
Yay, I win!
So it's probably 20%, 33, and then immediately is probably 60 or 70.
Sleet, but we've already learned that the bear will counterattack past Sleet and kick your ass.
You anyway.
So why are you sleeting him? You gotta
just
teleport to the other side of the bodies. You gotta get out of there.
Basilllisk is digging for this. He wanted to use Scare Attack on the Minotaur because that Minotaur is about to clap that undead summoner.
Yeah. He's just gonna get a good attack off on the Channeler, which is fine.
So the Hunger for Life is kind of potent, right? Like we've seen, it's healed for a bit over the course of this game. It's just a matter of, is it more potent? I think Hunger for Life is like 15 or 20 JP. Like, is it more potent than taking another skill at that breakpoint?
Yeah, that's something to think about. Does he? Oh, he has it with Earth Affinity too. Okay.
It costs,
I was getting a little worried.
It costs 38 JP. Is it better to take another skill for 38 or to take Hunger for Life, do you think? Like, what do you even take in that position?
Think about rotting helmet. Rotting helmet
is pretty good. I will agree with that. I believe that unit has Rotting Helm.
Oh, okay. I wasn't exactly. Good dodge. Dodge there is pretty important. Bear's now poisoned.
Another Enliven.
Another Enliven. Yeah, he's gaming. We are gaming, fellas.
Oh, actually, I was looking at the Undead Caster's version. Undead Melee's version also costs 38. Never mind.
Oh, Hypnosis!
Does the Hypnosis come through? He's looking at the Glower, but I honestly think the Hypnosis is the play here.
You need to. 100%.
I think you get. I think his Hypnosis is only one turn, unlike the Cultist, whose Charm is like 2, and I think the Amazon's is either 2 or 3. I think you honestly Hypnosis here and then try to use that Secutor to kill the Channeler.
Yeah. I think you're right. Not happening though. And now this Amazon's actually in a position to do shit.
Yeah, everyone's all grouped up. That volley is actually massive. If you get a volley right in the middle of the enemy team, you're hitting 4 people for however much damage you want.
Yeah, most of the targets the Amazon hates are gone.
Oh, he keeps having to use this. He's digging so hard to see if he can steal Affinity instead of using Boost Affinity, but he's just not finding it. Oh,
Teleport out is coming. Teleport out comes. And now Ivor is not where he wants to be. The Minotaur doesn't give a shit.
This is the Shatter self-play.
It's honestly pretty worked. They'll do really good damage.
I think you Shatter and you Grave Rot when you Shatter yourself here. This is an I&I debuff.
I&I debuff isn't bad, but on a light, it's just not as... I would rather do it on the Minotaur, personally. Okay.
The Minotaur can't move away because it's technically at the edge of the map.
Yep. Bear's gonna come up. He should be snapping at the Amazon. You do not want the charging.
The problem is with the Amazon. If the bear goes to attack it, it just doesn't matter because she can shoot over the top of him.
Wait, Earth Affinity 4 from the bear.
He's a god.
Look at the crisp. Look at those crisp.
He summons the 4.
The slideshow incoming.
This one doesn't slideshow as hard because there's not a burn effect that goes off. 2 down.
Amazon
That's a double
dead.
kill.
Channeler dead. Double kill. Wow.
I think you got to kill this Legionnaire right here. You got to take this Legionnaire out.
Doing the Channeler doesn't matter.
Like,
Chandler doesn't have the dangerous attacks. Gotta murder it.
You need to take this from a 3v3. Someone in chat said something that it is true. I actually think we could replace the summoned character with something else. You can make it whatever you want.
Affinity boost.
Boosting affinity. The problem is if the Cyclops gets a Hypnosis off and this Secutor is...
No, here's the thing with Hypnosis. If you charm a unit and it's the only unit left on the enemy team, you just win. I think he's saving his Hypnosis for there to only be 1 unit left, and he's just going to charm him and insta-win.
That's not a bad idea.
I think you sleet the Secutor, freeze her, kill her, hypnosis the Minotaur, and it's game over.
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. We might see a O2 here.
Wow, that bear just took 105 damage from bleed plus poison. Is this the hibernation? 33% heal.
Bear's not the important one here.
Unfortunately, that channeler, I think she still has her revive. I don't remember if it already got used.
I think it hasn't been used yet.
I must fight on.
101 bleed. Basilisk might just bleed out. It doesn't have eye beam, which would actually be devastating here.
Oh my god,
is going crazy. The
so
thing is,
disgusting.
The thing is, when the Secutor dies, the bleed stays. Like, if this Minotaur doesn't go down right here, it's just... Uh-oh. It's getting close.
It's getting close. I don't think it dies to the poison. It's not enough.
Uh-oh.
But this
Overhead
guy
smash
can't
kills.
miss. Yeah, it's over. It's over. There's no way the Minotaur makes this work in a 1v3.
Well, the channeler, if she still has her, if she does not have her revive, it's going to become a 1v1 pretty quick here with all these bleeds. Uh-oh, Raging Bear.
Nope, that's the problem. The Raging Bear is incredible, and it just makes it very hard for
They're going to launch straight into the next game, probably. I need to use the restroom just real quick, so I'll be right back.
All right. Well, if you are gonna bet it all on something, why not bet it all on the pit? A good old throwdown. Your guys, my guys. We're gonna slap some meat. Let's see who's the one that's gonna beat the other. And we see a Galdier already picked in the pit. The Galdier is devastating in the pit in two ways. One, her shriek fucks up everything. The problem is the Galdier also has this bad habit of just dying instantly in the pit because she's got no room to operate. Do we see undead summoners come out in the pit where their time to activate is much less available? Remember, Leo's kind of got to pull a complete comeback here. Even if Leo wins in the pit, it'd be 1-2. And Basilllisk would get to pick the next map. And as we've seen, Leo's kind of struggled to kind of strangle Basilllisk out on these long maps. Do we see a wolf?
Returned?
We are in the pit with a Galdier.
It's 2-0 in favor of Basilllisk.
Yeah, and I was just talking about that. Even the pit is great for Galdiers, in a sense that their scream's going to hit everything on the map almost. The problem with the Galdier in the pit is they get killed instantly if it goes wrong. You should be placing your Galdier last. The real question is, let's say you're Leo, you beat Basilllisk on the pit. What happens next? Because it's no longer your map. It's loser picks the map, right? What do you do next? Like, where do you go from here? And not only that, how are you winning this? The undead summoner has already been picked for the other side.
Double Galdier. He's going for the screamers.
Double Galdier. He's going for my strat, JR. He's enjoying my strat.
Wait.
Double bony boys. Double bony boys.
No, I think they're in a voice chat together. I think Basilisk said, here, I'm going to pick all my undead, and Leo said, I'll pick all my Galdier, and they're going to see what happens, because I think the wolf and the bear are just going to play frontline and just heal spam, and I think the Galdier are just going to scream their lungs out.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you there.
Mr. Noodles. Mr. Noodles. We've got Mr. Noodles on the stream. He's being a little bastard, man. What is this blue placement?
I don't know,
think-
man. This is getting.
I think they're memeing.
Can we call someone in for collusion?
Nah, we'll do it after. We'll do it after. I think that they were memeing together there. That's kind of funny. They're like, Leonarth's like, I'm down 2-0.
Just gonna
The
YOLO
pit
it in the
stashes.
pit.
No, okay. I did have a funny idea where pit tiebreaker map would be 10v10 in the pit, but it did not come to fruition for this tournament.
I kind of want to see it, just the monstrosity that would be a 10v10 in the pit.
Both of the contestants for the last match of the night, which is supposed to start 7 Pacific, like say it ends here. Oh my god. They both agreed that if these sets of matches end early, we'll roll right directly into the next matches. So anyone who's was looking at the schedule and sees that there's like a long break in between things, we'll actually just roll straight through. Snap is actually huge here because it can invoke a group attack.
Yeah, that
Vicious
is-
slash,
that is-
but this is he's got revive and we know that.
It's now or
They're moving
never
so
true.
fast I can't flip who's in control. That was a blue hit. That's really bad.
Artists
just
Come
do-
From Life comes out.
We just do the pit, but there's one of each of the statues that inflict a debilitation in a line around the map.
Why do you keep inventing worse and worse variations of an already memey thing?
Worse and worse variations of the pit.
Like, I love the pit. It's just big, meaty men slapping meat. I love it. But at the same time, like, do we really need more of this? Oh, that
If-
fail is actually big.
Nah, if Sinister Laugh goes off right here in the middle of their entire team, I think Leonarth just gets cooked.
He's not doing it.
Fear of Death is pretty debilitating too. And the Raging Bear for the revive.
For the revive. Gaming still occurring. We are officially able to summon another Skelly Belly.
Summon Meteor. He's got Summon Meteor.
Summon Meteor. Summon Meteor. Right now.
Holy cow.
Right now. Right now, summon Meteor.
Goodbye FPS. It's about to be. It's
Yep.
about to get destroyed.
Slideshow time? Slideshow time?
It's a
Just do
slideshow.
it. Right there. Oh, it's so hot. Oh,
Wait, his
wow.
his
Oh.
Centurion took 0 damage from that. The meteor. This is why the
just
meteor's
so
not in the game. It just sits there for a while.
It's just Jay chilling.
It's just gonna chill for a sec.
Listen, the meteor drank on the way here. It can't drive back home. He's gonna
There
have
it
to
goes.
hang
It's
out for a
gone.
bit.
That wolf got flattened for like a solid 15 seconds. They had to call the healers in to come remove the meteor.
Remove the meteor. Wait, everybody, wait. Get that meteor
Get
out of
that
here.
meteor out of here. They're taking their turn so fast I can't flip who has got control of the
I know
golf
it's
mode.
kind of hard to
unfortunately,
keep
but-
up with what's happening. Good thing it's meterless.
Yeah, I told the people that are playing meter that if they want their turn to not be ass, that they need to wait for me.
Calm the fuck down on their turns.
Because I do have it on my stream deck, which is in my lap. I can just click the buttons to flip back and forth whose turn it is, but...
You also need to get an option to do that.
Well, it takes us, when you push the button, it takes like 1 full second for it to flip whose turn
Yeah.
it is. Inspire is actually an underrated move. You cost 3 SP, but you can give someone else 2 SP. I can't actually think of a
That's not
situation
bad.
in this specific fight in which you'd use it, but it would be really good if you were, I don't know, like a couple Centurions or maybe a Centurion and 2 Legionnaires. You could create something pretty nasty. The Centurions, actually, the reason that this team works so well, the Centurions garrison buff got changed from Legionnaires to all medium units. So both of those undead Legionnaires are getting like, I don't even remember what it is. They're getting some pretty crazy stat boosts though.
That's pretty good.
I think I can look that up. Skill. Tournament.
Usis?
Garrison.
Usis what do?
Usis says it gives anyone within 1 tile of the Centurion, who is a medium unit. It gives them plus 15 defense. They have some other stuff too. Oh no, sorry. The Legionnaires themselves have a garrison bonus that allows them to buff other mediums. But the Centurion one gives them all 15 defense, which in Meterless is actually huge. If you're not aware of how defense and accuracy work in Meterless, it's actually flat versus flat. So if you have 100 accuracy and the other person has 100 defense, it equals out. But if they go down to 90 defense, you actually, that 10 accuracy is actually massive. That's why you only get like flat 5 to 10 bonuses. There's not a whole lot to commentate at this point. This is just a
just
a
enjoy the
gesture
beauty.
yeah, just enjoy the screams of the Galdir.
Enjoy the big meaty men
uh-oh.
slapping me. Uh-oh.
That was actually pretty big. The original iteration of that in Rags mod, if you hit more than 4 people with it, it would just drop your FPS to like 2. Because the water
Skelly
affinity
Belly-
attack
Skelly
has
Belly 2 coming out. Do you want the extra I from Skelly 1 though?
the higher tier skeleton you summon, the more turns it'll stick around too. Is it just rally spam to keep spam healing your allies? What a play. What a play. That worked out. I mean, that's whoa.
Yeah, that's the issue though. You
Holy
see.
crit. Well, now Leonarth's entire team is poisoned. That's 20 damage per turn pretty much forever.
Yeah, but there's a minor issue along the way of them poisoning out. That they're about to clap this team to death.
I know in that voice channel they were just cooking up a meme. They had to have been cooking up a meme.
Mm-hmm. The problem is Basilllisk is picking next, and if we get another long map, what's gonna happen? Because we've seen Basilllisk has usually been getting the better of it in the kind of longer, more grindy maps.
Yeah, it's the Undead Summoner. He's taking it every single round. I think for V3 of the tournament,
Oh, Meteor round 2.
We might implement a ban system. He's got to hit everybody.
I'm doing ultimate bravery.
The wolf just inside the rock.
Quiet, Wolf, you're drunk.
Trying to cleanse the poison. Effective.
Cleanse goes off. Oof. Poison's gone. Now it's doomed.
Out of SP on the Centurion here. No free heal this turn. Ooh, the back group attack. Wow, that Centurion really doesn't take damage, huh?
No, not at all.
Video passing, try and regain some SP. Revive on the Galdir.
There's a revive. Getting a little ugly again. If a Galdir falls,
The undead summoner also still has a revive. As we saw in
If
the
the
last
Galdir
one. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Galdir falls, it kind of gets ugly. This can get ugly in a heartbeat. Yeah.
We saw in the last match that the undead summoners having double revive actually does not give you double revive. This wolf, very interesting position. The wolf just sits in the middle and spam heals everybody. It actually is decently effective. That Galdir's trapped in the corner, by the way. She can't get out. Interesting affinity attack 1 instead of affinity attack 2 here.
Uh-oh.
Goodbye, Skelly.
Oh, now it's getting really ugly. And this is the point where you say an undead summoner will not win you the game from a losing position, but when you're about equal to a winning position, he will lock the game down for you.
Yeah.
And now we see in a losing position, there's no good moves for this guy. No good moves at all.
I think that bear is going to finish off the Centurion and then go molest that undead summoner.
Yep, I would agree with you.
Another rally. I don't think rally is the play at this point. I don't know. You're just not doing enough damage, and the Galdir are out sustaining you with that wolf. That wolf has been completely untouched. Maybe the undead legionnaire should have been targeting the wolf instead. Uh-oh. The writing's on the walls. Here comes the Air Affinity 3.
Now or never, troops.
Only did
Shit.
25. Well, it only did 20. Frozen. It only does 25 damage because that undead summoner has Air Affinity as its defense.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Just another shriek, right? Yep. Boom. Unfreezes them,
Snap
but
freeze.
it's another couple hundred damage.
The bite, big damage. Here comes a roar.
Yeah, it's getting ugly.
This undead summoner. He says, I'm in
Yikers.
danger.
Darkness reigned.
Oh, and even the strike misses.
I think this is going to be it right here. Leonarth is going to reclaim in game 3, not get swept.
No sweeps. I'm telling you, big meaty men slapping meat finally works out.
It's funny you say that because there were no big meaty men in this match.
You know what I mean.
This was 2 women screaming. Entire
Oh,
party
the
said, "Wait,
revive!
was it?"
Is that
No,
the
that
second
was
revive?
that was the first revive. That was the first revive.
Okay.
It looked like he got 2 because that one attack only did 25 damage.
Oh my god. Oof. Oof.
The raging bear. All right, this one is wrapped.
By the
The wolf
way,
finally gonna
something
do damage.
Something nobody's been talking about. The Bears have been doing work in these past few series.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's been talking about it, it's just you and me.
Yeah, to be fair. The Bears have been putting in really nice work.
Leo's gonna reclaim 1 game so that they do not get swept. They're playing so fast, I'm not even switching back and forth whose turn it is anymore, who's golfing. Basilllisk is gonna be choosing the map here. I kind of want to see someone pick up Krobeska because I changed how the Krobeska placement was. Instead of P1 getting put down at the bottom of the hill and P2 getting top of the hill, it's now they both get the map splits evenly with everybody starting on the upper platform.
What do you pick here for Basilisk?
In order to win, probably another big open area where you can just do what you did in the first 2 matches. Like you need something
rules
large.
are-
You don't want to be so close that the Galdir can do anything, because as we just saw, the Galdir will wreck you. But if it's far enough apart and you get the opportunity to get the undead summoners flowing like he did the first couple of matches. Oh, Leonard's going for the archer this time. I think he's learning a little bit from his mistakes. Honestly,
I thought
I
he was
think
about to pick an Amazon.
I mean, if he picks Peltis, then oh my god, he takes the Amazon. Yeah, I was to say, if he takes double range, I think Basilisk is just going all. He says undead, undead, undead.
Yeah,
They're just putting in so much work.
they're putting in too much work. I don't agree with the Gungnir personally on that team, but who knows? Yep, there he is. There he is, the fella himself. He's like, fuck it, we're going undead anyways. You've shown me 2 archers.
He's too afraid to take the No, maybe not. I honestly I would have taken the female Centurion. Because the Amazon will rip the males apart with that 30% bonus damage.
Okay, the Galdir's coming in. Do we see another double Galdir? Don't pick another ranged champion. You can't do this to me. Okay, we're getting a bear.
Bear would be solid. Honestly, this map is large enough. I think a channeler who can consistently proc affinity attack 4 would be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Murmillo's good. We haven't seen one yet this particular match set.
I don't want to see
The
some
subs in the
hot
chat.
Yeti action.
If I'm missing any subs or anything in the chat today, I am sorry. We're focused in, but any money raised during the duration of any tournament matches that happen over the course of the next week will go towards the prize pool in the next tournament.
Buy a Goodyear pick with my little eye.
The Gungnir pick is good because you get the range, but also you can turn into beasts if push comes to shove. You can turn into a bear. Now, last time that we did Alta Ruins, both teams started on the left side. I've spread this out so one team gets to start way on right and one team's way on left. That way they can formulate a little bit of strategy.
It gives a huge opportunity for the undead summoner to do whatever he wants for a while.
There's a lot of choke points too. You can actually see on the map, on the top side, there's a 2 tile wide choke point. On the bottom side, there are 2 1 tile wide choke points. So if you try to rush in, the undead summoner can just choke that out. You're trying to come across the bridge, undead summon just gets plopped right in the middle of the bridge. Now what do you do?
Yeah.
Got to run around. You're
What
not
I'm
going to
really
want to sit there and fight
considering
it.
is, if they knew the map, why not pick up a channeler and start spamming affinity gain? If you pick a channeler, you force the other team to walk.
Now,
to
it's
you.
funny,
It's
both
like
teams have double channeler. I would think instead of Galdir and Amazon, if you go double channeler, both the channelers can cast the affinity gain on one of the channelers, and then that one channeler just spams affinity 4. They can do that 2 times. You can get 2 affinity 4s off back to back.
Yeah.
I see what Leonarth is going for here, though. He's got 2 high range units shooting over the top of 2 thick bears.
Yeah. I see it, but who are they shooting at?
Well, right now there's a couple undead legionnaires in the way, but if that Amazon ever, not the Amazon, if that archer, which currently they can, hit that Gungnir may get one shot. You'll see, Leonard's archer has black bow and master's belt, so its range is going to be massive. These bears are going to make, hopefully, short work of the legionnaires. Like, how do you gum this up properly as the legionnaires?
Yeah. Now we're starting to see the issue of the Skelly Belly team is I really am sad. Both of them could have really benefited from having channelers. I think the Gungnir gets replaced by a channeler. You can really fuck with the bear protection there and get some work done, and you can start spamming affinity gain and really get some work in with your skeletons. Use your skeletons to control the bears and have a great time. But here we are. Skeleton 3 in the middle seems suicidal.
I think you wait to summon the skeleton. Because if you look, like, on the left side, there's a 1-tile choke that they're not going to be using. I honestly think you choke up a little bit with the skeleton and you wait. And then once those bears are facing with your legionnaires, you summon another one behind them. So we're about to see a massive range here. Like, that's combo 1.
Holy shit.
He wants to use focus, but I don't actually know if he has a skill that can reach all the way to the enemy team from here.
Yeah, he's gonna move forward a little, and
Whistling arrow.
Basilisk is...
That gives enemy team slow turn. Their next turn is going to come 33% slower.
Now what is this Gungnir doing?
The Gungnir have amazing range, and they have the Gungnir Spear. The reason people are taking Gungnir over Peltas in some case is the Gungnir's have a weapon called Gungnir that gives plus 99 accuracy. Impale leg would root a unit, I'm pretty sure. Could be pretty potent. Look at one of those bears has damage reduction, the other one doesn't.
Yeah. Immediately start abusing the undamage reduction bear. Huge hit. If you take out these bears, the game becomes about 50 million times harder for Leo here.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Because then you've got one sad Galdir and 2 ranged units trying to take care of the Skelly spam.
It'll have to be the Galdir taking out the Skellies by herself.
Again.
Yeah, let's see if the Centurion ever gets a turn though. He just got slow turned and he's already the slowest guy on the map.
Yeah.
He's gonna get one, but
Just
how
speak
long
of the
until he gets
devil.
his next?
Are
Going
you
for
really?
the full move.
Are you walking him out into those archers and bears though?
So here's the
Yeah,
problem
and
with putting this bear right here is your other bear now needs to figure out how to choke on the other side. And each of your
Yep.
bears is going to get 2v1'd. It's going to be a series of 2v1s. But oh, you can't even reach that skeleton. He's going to have to go out and around, which creates a choke right there. That's what I was talking about. That spot on the left, if Basilllisk summons
And
a skeleton
perfect,
right there,
a perfect place for
blocked.
them.
Blocked.
No, no, no! You don't need to move him. You don't need to move him. Just go 2v1 the bear. There you go. Walk right into that bear.
I think a Grave Laughter here is actually insane. You force
Yeah.
the bear back one more tile, you get into an even more advantageous position. I
And now you
honestly
just
think
summon
I
the
think you
skeleton
just
three.
I think you just hold this skeleton forever. Like you hold it until that bear is overcommitted, and then you lock him out with the skeleton. Because if you put the skeleton down now, Leonarth can
Both
just
bears are
change
just gonna
directions
run
with
at
that
it.
bear.
Yep.
No, it's not going to run at it. They're just going to run away from it. Is this the volley? Eh.
For what?
Just to apply poison.
Fair.
Is it 20 damage chip? Does he make the mistake here? I honestly think walking out right here is a bad move. Because now you've lost your choke.
Invest in
This is
poison
no longer
immunity,
a choke.
folks. Yeah, the choke is
Oh,
very
now it's
unchokey.
rechoked. It's rechoked.
Oh.
That exploding shot is
Oh.
massive damage.
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
But the problem is you're going to hit the... Oh, you're not going to hit the bear. Let's see.
Yeah, if you play it right, you don't.
Boom. Blocked. That's the
Oh,
first
but the-
shield break we've seen this entire series. This entire tournament. I think...
a long throw on the weakened bear. This bear is close to death. Does he have a revive?
Basilllisk
And
going for...
and here's the key.
Basilllisk going
And
for the
this is the
long throw
key.
3 damage there instead of bungling shot is kind of strange, in my opinion.
Well, he's just trying to get rid of the bear because you don't want to be getting rid of the bears using your skeletons. The skeletons are just going to get counterattacked in half, and it's going to be very painful and obnoxious. Every bit
Yeah,
of
that's what the
chip,
scare attack is for, is it forces the bear to move. So,
it'll
what
still
happened
get
right
a
there?
counterattack
What
out.
happened right there was he wasn't supposed to get the counterattack, but it was trying to force the retreat. But when you get poisoned, it stops all current movement. So it stopped all current movement, and then the bear saw it could counterattack. So he kind of outplayed himself. But it is what it is. I think
Splintering bones is
Yeah.
really nice. It wastes that bear's time hardcore.
I think splintering bones have been
not a-
huge. You force the bear back one tile, it has to spend an extra turn to move.
Yeah,
Galdir
and you
is
get rid
just-
of the queued movement, and now we're in the same position where the Galdir's in the back and the damage is cool and stuff, but now your bears are dying.
Yeah,
And
this is very
you're-
quickly turning in Basilisk's favor.
It's getting ugly again, where you have these really cool archers and this this really cool thing going on, but now you're out of beef, and the undead summoner is more than happy to sit there all day and just throw shit at you. You will not be able to outvalue him. There goes bear number 1. It did not have a revive, and now we're in extreme trouble because, yup, another scare attack. Yup, and he's forced to retreat, and we're just in so much trouble already. She's literally doing piss damage to that skeleton. And it's cool that you hit them, but that's a 90 damage shot. The poison's really cool, but this bear's about to get blocked off and killed, and you can just start sending your skeletons down there. Ivor has plenty of time to get down there, and he's gonna revive. And again, every bit of chip on that bear where you can't counterattack is incredible. I wouldn't waste SP on a long throw here. I would just throw shit at it and go. Because you want to save for a leg hit.
Yeah. I
At
honestly
this
think
point,
the
you
impale. I think the impale leg was kind of slept on. You could have stopped the bears from getting it. Not that it mattered. Basilisk kind of wanted the bears to come in.
And yeah,
goaded
but
him
you
in.
could have. I think impaling the left side is the left one is great, but because you basically saved an 80 damage counter attack,
So-
getting that long throw 4 off. But at
in
this
my-
point, you shouldn't be long throw 1ing.
In my opinion, I think that Leonarth should have gone like 2 bears and another melee attacker, and then just had the archer and maybe the Gungnir or maybe the Peltis who has longer range, and just ran all of your melees down at the same time, so that way you're not getting 3v1'd on the way in. Because right now what's happening is your melees are dying one at a time, and all you have left is a bunch of range champs. So, like, you're kind of boxing yourself out. You probably, honestly, in my opinion, 2 bears and a Sam Knight. You sprint straight down the middle and have the archers and the archer and the peltist pelt from a long range instead of trying to make the Amazon work for a 3rd time.
You know what I'm really thinking? Why not just spam Whistling Arrow on this?
It has a 1.75 turn cost, so the archer's next turn won't come around for quite a while.
But she's not doing shit anyways, so why not just ruin them with a slow turn? Just being honest.
She's not doing shit anyways.
Seriously, I think she's done a little over 100 damage this fight. You know, the Amazon's actually doing decent work because she's at least poisoning things. And poisoning and wasting their time with these attacks is not bad. But now we're gonna see the ugliness of the undead are gonna start closing the distance. And once that bear's corpse gets out of the way, of course. Oh god. Oh, yep, and now the undead summoner can move right behind the bears, completely safe at this point. And, okay, Affinity Blessing is cool. Don't tell me the meteor works. Yeah, and now you're summoning skeleton, and now the Amazon, who was the one useful one there, is now completely boxed in, and she's in so much trouble.
Sorry, I'm doing a little bit of prep work for the next thing, so I was looking away for a minute there, but yeah, I just look back and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's so ugly. And that bear gets in on the Gungnir, but guess what? The Gungnir can also turn into a bear and completely waste this bear's time. The bear needs to walk back. Absolutely, the bear needs to start walking back. But guess what's going to happen when the bear starts walking back? The Gungnir is going to keep pulling at it. Oh, he gets an extra attack off, by the way. He got more than 3. A bit of a failed mash. And she can just completely... Turning into a bear and wasting this thing's time is completely viable here. Walking away is fine too. You do need to walk out of melee range. You do not want to be... And she's going to get herself counterattacked for free. Don't know... Okay, never punished, I guess. Rome incoming. Bear's getting a 2v1 done. Does the confuse go off? It doesn't. Bear gets a counterattacked.
Alright,
no confuse. That's pretty decent.
Let's see.
Pretty decent. And now the skeletons start fucking up the poor...
Oh my god, so much
Amazon.
damage. The shatter self. Yeah. It does like 300 something damage.
I mean, I wouldn't be...
Does it work with the regen on death? I think that's what Basilllisk is checking, is if Shatter Self allows you to revive. I don't remember if it does. I think it's worth a test.
I would just combo too. Fear of Death's really good too, because now it's feared. Beautiful Hunger for Life means that it's not dying to poison.
This Galdir just spamming Rage of Alderus, trying so hard to do something.
And it failed too, by the way. Completely falls on its face here.
This undead summoner can get as close as he wants. That Galdir's out of SP for the next 2 to 3 turns. He could literally walk face first into the archer and nothing would happen.
Yeah, and now it just feels like games 1 and 2 all over again. You really wanted a channeler here. If you had a channeler instead of either the archer or the Amazon, you're fine.
Spray is actually a good move if it wasn't a bunch of fleshless targets.
Yeah, if it wasn't a bunch of fleshless. Because if you had a channeler here, oh great, they're walking into me to die. And I can sleet and do all sorts of horrible things to them.
Is he gonna blow up?
No, now... Is he blowing up? He's blown up. He does
not revive.
Die. Does not revive. That's good to know. That's good info.
For other people.
Mm-hmm.
Let the current players test things for you.
Yeah. Problem is, this just doesn't fucking matter at all. Hibernation's cool, I guess.
That bear is tanky, though. He's got, like, no damage. He's taking no damage.
The problem
50% initiative reduction. Holy cow. the target head is insane.
Yeah, you just target head and waste this thing's time. And then you just walk the Galdir back and start throwing shit. Target arm isn't bad either to reduce damage.
Yeah, because it's going to stop the Raging Bear from going off or hitting as hard on the return.
Yeah, it's down from like 60 to 46, which is not bad at all. Tiny optimization. Continue occurs. The undead have now breached the defenses, and now you've got the fucking undead skeleton. The undead just walking in and throwing shit at your Galdir, and now it's extremely ugly.
I think basically what we're seeing out of Leonarth's team is the range characters are good, but you can't do 3 range with 2 melee. You need something to protect you.
This exploding arrow is about to do a ton of damage, by the way.
I think that if Leonarth posted up and forced Basilllisk to walk to him instead of running across the map at him, I think that Leonarth could have actually had the advantage, because you can shoot over the top of your bear the whole time that the enemy team's rushing at you. But instead, his bears got out ahead and they can't do anything by themselves. They don't have damage. They're just counterattacking machines.
What's the heavy strike? Almost one-shots that thing, but you do need to get on the...
No, I don't think you need to worry. I don't think you need to worry about the Galdir. I think that she only has 1 or 2 SP. She can't even scream. No, she can scream. It's not going to do a whole lot. Your Legionnaire still has an auto revive.
Yep, and there he goes. Just the explosive shots go on.
This bear is going. This bear is having a time back here. Basil is trying to figure out how to deal with this bear since it's taking like 75% reduced damage.
Well, he just needs to run the Gungnir back and stop taking free counterattacks from it.
Or if it gets confused. Oh, here comes the group attack. Which it might Raging Bear back at the group attack. Yep.
It does. Fortunately, he's been missing. But you need to walk the Gungnir back at this point.
Does no damage to him. Unstoppable throw actually does big damage. Let's see if he finds it. He skipped right past it. It's unstoppable throw is what he's looking for. Oh, it's not that big. So I did change unstoppable throw. It will pierce all of those enemies. So if there were 3 people standing in a row like that, you would pierce all of them. Bullseye was changed to be a 1-tile separation. I don't remember why.
Okay, perfect move to attack. So you get away from the bear and don't take a free counterattack this time. And
is he gonna drop the meteor? Does it even do enough damage? It doesn't good. Okay, it's huge damage. It's huge damage though.
Damage, yeah. Huge. This archer's dead. The rock. I love how it's just basically a space rock comes down and toots.
It doesn't look that much like a space rock now. It just looks like a rock made of blood.
Yeah, the blood rock comes down and just farts.
This bear hit this Gungnir. Wait, what if you shatter self here and just blow up on both of them?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all, actually.
I mean, it's completely unnecessary, but it depends how much damage the shatter self would do. This Galdir is actually quite tanky.
The Galdir is gonna revive.
I think Fear of Death is better, personally.
Probably, yeah, just CC.
Because she gets feared for 3 of your turns then.
Yeah, and she's gonna revive. Remember, I believe she has a revive item. And the Grave Rot poison is big.
Yikes.
Yep, feared and poisoned. Yikers.
The water affinity 1 to. I mean, they both have.
Remember, they both
still have their revive.
Both have a revive. They both have a revive. It's so doomed. Oh. Yep, down
he already used his revive.
Oh, but the sickly marrow means a double poison occurs.
She's no longer feared though. He wants to hit that other undead summoner with the scream. The range is not showing it properly, but it does have an AoE when you use the water attack. It just can't show it properly because it's AoE and move to attack, and the game doesn't like that. Uh-oh, the bear's in a bad position now. It was way better when it was in the corner, but...
Yeah, now it's doing back attacks.
Now it's just gonna get spam back attacks. That's 50% bonus damage from the rear. Uh-oh.
And the undead melee is probably going to take out the bowman here. Yep, the bow's down. Remember, the undead summoner does have a revive left. So
he's
more
gonna
than happy to
darkness
just
from
keep-
life to revive himself so that he can have enough
I would
affinity.
be. I would strike. I would be striking and forcing that Galdir to kill you again. Because it will just.
He is
it'll give-
hard. He's checking right now to see if you can darkness from life yourself into a revive. The answer is yes.
But the key is.
I
you
don't
wanna
think
tank,
that's a.
You want,
Yeah, I don't think that's a better position.
you want to tank the hit. You want to abuse.
Uh-oh. Nope.
Does he
You
just-
want it. You
oh,
want it. You
oh,
want to
it's
kill him.
dead. Well, I think you don't darkness from life there because you want to abuse the fact that the Galdir has to kill you. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. It works out anyways.
This Gunir is so sad because she can never actually get an attack off. I think this bear is
Now
done
she
for
hits him
though.
in the back. The bear
Because
is
now
done
the
for.
Centurion gets hit in the back. This looks like it's gonna wrap
Now this
3-1
is-
Basilisk's favor.
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? I think the best, if you want to make a play here, you need to turn to the Centurion and attack. Defend is doing
75%
nothing.
reduced damage until now. He's going for the Raging Bear strat. Look at that damage taken. Wait. Did I just see that right? This Centurion has fire affinity attack, but a water affinity weapon. Somebody spec'd their character incorrectly.
Well, he's winning.
I mean, yeah, but it's funny. It's just interesting.
Miss. And the bear also can't hit this fucking Gunir, so the thing doesn't even matter. Just passes. Gunir can just walk back and throw at it. We're strike.
I think you should have backstep quick strike or something. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like this
but it
match is
doesn't
over.
matter.
That's
We're-
3-1
we're-
Basilisk. Basilisk will be moving into the finals, which will be happening on Saturday. Meterless finals are on Saturday.
Beautiful play, and we're learning that the undead summoner is very viable at higher levels. Super viable at higher levels.
With correct play and
The-
protecting it properly.
I think people were just a little overconfident in the abilities of the undead summoner and got a little ahead of themselves. But once you play it right, he's really he basically, when Leo made that fateful decision to send his bears across the bridge, the undead summoner basically guaranteed he was never getting out of it.
All right, we're gonna pull Basilisk in here for a quick post game, and I'm gonna have to crank his volume as high as it possibly can go. But we're gonna pull Basilisk in here for a quick post game, and then there will be a short break, and then we will move straight into the next set of matches, which will be our first metered matches of the night. So let's pull Basilisk in here. Hello. Hello, Basilisk. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Cool. For people at home, Basilisk is going to probably be a little quiet, so apologies for that. I'll try to boost it in post for when it goes on YouTube.
Yeah, I have some mic issues. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Very good plays. Those tactics, very strong. Going into that first game and seeing that you were 3 undead versus a Galdir, like, what were you thinking going into that first match?
Skeleton army reigns supreme.
It truly
yeah.
did. All 4 matches, Skeleton Army. We were looking at your team going in, seeing that Leonarth's team had 2 Galdir, 2 Channelers, but the only match that actually had, like, the only one that was actually evenly matched was when you guys were on the beach and there was enough time to space. Were at any point during those matches when you were taking Skeleton Army, were you afraid that you were gonna see like double Galdir or double Channeler and just get like nuked out early by affinity spells?
Well, I mean, that kind of did happen in the pit.
Yeah, so we saw you guys go into the pit and we thought that it was like a gentleman's agreement to go into a meme match or something. Like we saw the double Galdir with 2 beasts, and then you chose Skeleton Army, and we were like, we thought you guys were like colluding on a cook-up match.
No, I really like using the skeletons.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, it worked out. I mean, they're so
It worked
tanky.
out.
They're so tanky against the archers. Like Leonarth's range characters just couldn't do anything against them, and especially once they get on top of them and you just fear from death and heavy strike. I mean, your team looks Your team looks strong. Unfortunately, you can't use double Undead Summoner because I'm sure you would have done double Legionnaire, double Undead Summoner. But how confident are you moving into now that you've won semifinals, moving into finals on Saturday? How confident would you be if you saw somebody whose team had like a bunch of heavy units, like no range characters, no arcane units, like their team is just all heavies? How confident are you still in the Skelly Boys?
Not very, but gonna find out.
That's what you got the rest of the team for, right?
Yeah, that's what the rest of the team is for.
Neil, do you got any questions before we move into the next sets?
What made you like YOLO it in the pit?
That was Leo's decision.
Yeah. What made you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm Undead Army in the pit? Because you probably knew he was gonna go a bunch of AoE stuff.
Honestly, I kind of just wanted to see how well it would work, because I was trying to take in a Centurion to kind of make use of the Centurion's AoE support abilities, and maybe
We
I
were
thought
talking
that would
about
boost that
yeah.
enough. It did not boost it enough.
Other thought, was the Shatter Self limit testing to see if you'd revive off of killing yourself?
That was 100% a limit test. Leo and I were actually talking about that, wondering if it was
For
if
science?
it would trigger. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been close if the rest of your undead didn't need to revive either. But yeah, it was a really good play.